Published, 9:19 Eastern Standard Time, the 1st of January 2018. Updated, 9:50 Eastern Standard Time, the 1st of January 2018. A single day into 2018 and already we can all but dish out the award for scrappiest goal of the year. Congratulations to Bournemouth. Not that Eddie Howe will care how they go in. They were heading for a 2-1 defeat by Brighton when this almighty goalmouth scramble occurred and saved their skin at the AMEX Stadium. Jordan Ibe's corner clattered into a collection of defenders as a series of shots made Brighton's box look like a pinball machine. Finally, a slight missed kick by Callum Wilson caught them all by surprise as the ball trickled over the line, seemingly in slow motion. Job done. Brighton's Anthony Knockaert grabbed the first goal of the new year, finishing from a tight angle after a T-move. Steve Cook, third right, headed home the leveler against his former club after 33 minutes with an effort in off the crossbar. Glenn Murray scored his sixth league goal of the season 3 minutes after half-time with a calm strike to restore the lead. Bournemouth found their second equalizer in scrappy fashion, with striker Callum Wilson bundling into the net. This was certainly an absorbing first fixture of the new year. Brighton had 15 shots overall while Bournemouth had 27. It finished 2-2 but could have been double that. Brighton took the lead through Anthony Knockaert, then saw it wiped out by their former academy graduate Steve Cook. Glenn Murray gave them the lead again before Wilson's scruffy strike. It denied Chris Hughton an anniversary win, with the manager celebrating 3 years in charge of the Seagulls. Appointed on December 31, 2014, when the club were sitting 21st in the Championship, he has taken them to mid-table in the Premier League. Exactly 10 years ago, Alex Ravel scored a hat-trick for Brighton in a 3-2 League One win over Bournemouth in front of only 5,000 fans at the Brighton Stadium. It has been a decade of progress for both of these teams. An excellent Pascal Gross layoff and a Jose Izquierdo ball across box lead to Knockaert firing past Osmir Begovic. Knockaert's 5th-minute opener was only the 6th first-half goal Brighton have scored in the Premier League this season. A team move opened the scoring, Marcus Suttner feeding Gross, who laid off Izquierdo. His cross was finished by Knockaert. Brighton had only scored a single goal in their last 6 games but wasted no time at the AMEX. Pascal Gross played the ball behind for Jose Izquierdo, who crossed for Knockaert. With Osmir Begovic out of the picture, Knockaert steered his shot on target from the tightest of angles. It was timed at 4 minutes and 32 seconds, the club's fastest in the Premier League. Knockaert had his second goal of the season and Brighton had their New Year's Day fireworks. Brighton could have taken a 2-0 lead when Gross' perfectly weighted pass into Murray allowed the striker to stretch his legs. He fired a shot towards the far corner but Begovic got his fingertips to it. Centre-back Cook had been denied from a set-piece seconds before but got his goal with a perfect headed finish. It was a muted celebration from the Bournemouth defender, scoring against the club where he started his career. Cook is congratulated by his teammates for making it 1-1 in an entertaining first half of the early game on New Year's Day. Visitors were the ones asking the questions ahead of halftime and it led to the leveler. First, Ibe turned his marker and sprinted into space before firing a shot from distance that forced Matthew Ryan into a diving save. A header by Cook was then cleared by Marcus Suttner when Ryan may not have had it covered behind him, and from the resulting corner, Bournemouth scored. Ibe crossed and Cook attacked, sending a looping header home off the underside of the crossbar. While Brighton were kicking themselves for not having a player on the back post, Cook refused to celebrate, having started his football career with the Seagulls a decade ago. It was end-to-end in the final minutes of the first half. Brighton were wondering how it was not 2-1 when a through ball by Gross gave Izquierdo a tap-in. The goal was gaping in every sense of the words, but Begovic somehow got a leg to it. There was still time for Bournemouth to get a goal before the break too. A counter-attack finished with Mark Pugh forcing Ryan into action. Another big chance, another big save. Murray put the hosts back in front after another T-move, Izquierdo claiming a second assist and Gross involved again. Murray almost waited too long before finishing, taking several touches. However, his eventual finish was accomplished. Murray is mobbed as the Seagulls looked to get 3 points to put daylight between them and the bottom 3. Brighton sprinted out of the blocks at the start of the second half, just like they did in the first, and it worked again. In the 48th minute, yet another inch-perfect pass by Gross put Izquierdo through. The winger unselfishly slid the ball across for Murray to take a touch and score. A minute later, Ibe got fed up and attempted to take on Brighton's back line himself. He came close, too, forcing Ryan to smother his shot. It should have been 3-1 in the 68th minute when Izquierdo stole the ball off Bournemouth next to his own box and ran the length of the pitch. One-on-one with Begovic, he failed to produce a finish. Taking a touch too many, he gifted the goalkeeper the save. Some superb feet by IBE then saw him sidestep two Brighton players and strike the post from outside the area, before it came back and hit Ryan to go out for a corner. And finally in the 79th minute, it was 2-2 via a goal that will not win any awards for its gracefulness. IBE's corner led to several shots and several blocks before the ball squirmed through a scrum of players for Wilson. A fine contest which finished with both sides taking home a point apiece. Bournemouth's second goal came after a couple of lucky deflections, with Brighton failing to clear away a corner kick. Brighton keeper Matthew Ryan was completely wrong-footed by Wilson's instinctive stab, which rolled over the line. Wilson wheels away as the Bournemouth fans celebrate, while the Brighton players reflect on a poorly conceded goal. Murray had a great opportunity to make it 2-0, but saw his shot well denied by Cherry's stopper Begovic. Begovic was at it again late in the first half at the AMEX, stretching wide to deny Izquierdo's shot from close range. Izquierdo should have made it 3-1 after sprinting the entire length of the pitch, however he shot straight at Begovic. 10 years ago, New Year's Day 2008, Brighton and Bournemouth met in League One, at the AMEX Stadium. Bournemouth boss Eddie Howe watches on from the touchline as he attempts to guide his side away from the drop zone. Brighton manager Chris Hughton greets opposite number Howe before the game which kicked off the new year.